Ever since early humans first crawled out of the sea and realized they had to start paying taxes, the human body has been constantly changing. This happens through evolution, a process by which nature looks at what you're currently wearing and decides it's profoundly embarrassing. In the future, humans will look very different, mostly because they will be dead, but also because their descendants will have shed several unnecessary components. So, trust me, this is a definitive, highly educational guide to the bits of yourself you should probably start saying your goodbyes to. At number 5, we have the appendix, which is perhaps the most famous piece of useless flesh in human history, second only to the man running this country. Scientists believe it was used to help our ancestors digest tree bark. But why our ancestors were eating tree bark instead of something sensible, like a biscuit, remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Today, the appendix does absolutely nothing. It is like an old Nokia charger. You keep it in a drawer because you're convinced you might need it one day, even though you haven't owned the phone since 2004. The only thing the appendix is genuinely excellent at is suddenly exploding for no reason. Now, evolution is slowly realizing that having an internal organ whose sole function is to try and kill its owner is a bit design flawed, so it is being phased out. At number 4, we have your toes. Walking upright was a massive achievement for mankind, second only to the invention of the escalator. When we first stood up, our toes were crucial for balance. However, as shoes have become sturdier and our lives have become increasingly stationary, our smaller toes have lost their sense of purpose. The pinky toe, in particular, serves absolutely no modern function other than to find the sharp corners of coffee tables in the dark. It is a structural redundancy. Scientists predict that humans will eventually evolve to have just one solid hoof-like flipper, which will hurt the flip-flops industry significantly, but will greatly reduce podiatry bills. At number 3, we have body hair. In the past, body hair was our only defense against the brutal elements of the Ice Age. It kept us warm, protected our skin, and made us look macho during a mammoth hunt. Then, we invented coats, which made body hair entirely redundant overnight. Today, body hair serves no purpose other than to keep the manufacturers of shaving cream in business. So soon humans will likely be completely smooth, resembling sleek dolphins that have learned how to use smartphones. At number 2, we have erector pili muscles. These are the tiny microscopic muscles connected to every single one of your body hairs. When our ancestors spotted a saber-toothed tiger, these muscles would contract, pulling the hair upright. It made them look bigger and more terrifying to predators, much like an angry cat or a heavily used toilet brush. Today, when you watch a scary movie, your erector pili muscles still pull tight, giving you goosebumps. The problem is, because we no longer have thick fur, this doesn't make us look terrifying at all. It just makes us look like a plucked chicken that has had a mild fright. Because evolution hates things that look silly and achieve nothing, these tiny muscles are scheduled to be deleted from our hard drives permanently. At number 1, we have male nipples. This is the ultimate proof that evolution doesn't always know what it's doing and often just copy-pastes its homework. During the first few weeks in the womb, all human embryos start with a female blueprint. By the time the male hormones kick in and decide to build a boy, the nipples have already been installed. In female humans, nipples are a vital part of the catering department, allowing them to turn cheese and biscuits into milk for new babies. Men, however, do not produce milk unless they have something seriously wrong with their medication. So eventually, nature will optimize the design and men will finally have smooth, featureless chests looking exactly like Ken dolls. When you add all of these evolutionary changes together, it becomes clear that the human being of the distant future will look radically different from us today. Whether this future human will be happier, that remains to be seen, but they will certainly spend a lot less money on tweezers, razors, and plasters for their pinky toes. And that, surely, is what progress is all about.